so that we don't have any interruptions. Okay, so, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do the minutes.
This is the first one, you got the second one.
Lynn? Would you be the kind reader of the minutes from,
The 15th. Minutes from the 15th. Present was Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Barbara Keith, Virginia Fleming, Mary Ann Petruski, and Robert O'Keefe. Others attendees were the WTTO officers Kathy Crosby, Deborah Rich, and members of the WTTO. The meeting was called to order by the chair at 4 p.m. following a motion made by Barbara Keith and seconded by Mary Ann Petruski. It was unanimously voted with yeas voted by Barbara Keith and Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Mary Ann Petruski, Robert O'Keefe, and Virginia Fleming. Chairman Lynn Duffy O'Shea said the meeting would start with elections of officers, which is done each year in November. We conducted a roll call beginning with Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Chairman, present, Virginia Fleming, Secretary, present, Barbara Keith, Vice Chair, present, Robert O'Keefe, member, present, Mary Ann Petruski, tenant, member, present. Election of officers. Chairman Duffy O'Shea asked for the motion to nominate a chairman. Barbara Keith made a motion to nominate Lynn Duffy O'Shea as chairman. It was not seconded. Virginia Fleming made a motion to nominate Mary Ann Petruski as chairman. It was seconded by Robert O'Keefe. The motion carried with Robert O'Keefe voting yea, Mary Ann Petruski voting yea, and Virginia Fleming voting yea for Mary Ann Petruski to be our new chairman. Lynn Duffy O'Shea and Barbara O'Keefe abstained from voting. Chairman Mary Ann Petruski asked for nominations for vice chairman. A motion was made by Mary Ann Petruski and seconded by Robert O'Keefe to nominate Virginia Fleming for vice chairman. The vote was unanimous for Virginia Fleming to be vice chairman with yeas by Mary Ann Petruski, Robert O'Keefe, Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Barbara Keefe, and Virginia Fleming. A motion was made by Virginia Fleming to nominate Lynn Duffy O'Shea as treasurer and is seconded by Robert O'Keefe, with yea votes by Mary Ann Petruski, Virginia Fleming, Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Robert O'Keefe, and Barbara Keefe. Lynn was voted in as treasurer. A motion to nominate Barbara Keefe as assistant treasurer was made by Virginia Fleming and seconded by Robert O'Keefe. The vote was unanimous for Barbara Keefe as assistant treasurer, with yea votes by Mary Ann Petruski, Robert O'Keefe, Barbara Keefe, Lynn Duffy O'Shea, and Virginia Fleming. Accepted minutes of the October 11th, 2022 regular meeting of the Warren Housing Authority Board of Commissioners. The minutes were read by Mary Ann Petruski, and following a motion made by Mary Ann Petruski and seconded by Robert O'Keefe to accept the minutes of October 11, 2022, the vote to accept was unanimous, with yeas by Barbara Keefe, Mary Ann Petruski, Virginia Fleming, and Robert O'Keefe, and Lynn Duffy O'Shea. Accepting minutes of the October 21st, 2022 special meeting of the Warren Housing Authority Commissioners. Mary Ann Petruski read the minutes of the October 21st, 2022 meeting. A motion was made by Mary Ann and seconded by Virginia Fleming to approve the minutes, with yeas by Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Barbara Keefe, Robert O'Keefe, Virginia Fleming, and Mary Ann Petruski. Chairman Mary Ann Petruski welcomed Robert O'Keefe to the Warren Housing Authority Board of Commissioners and expressed our enthusiasm towards his appointment. She also wished to thank Margaret Bernard for her many years of service to the board, and she will be missed. Update on Executive Director hire. Virginia Fleming reported to the board that all the necessary documents had been sent to DHCD and did receive a reply from Evelyn, is it
Messiah? I don't know.
At DHCD, that she had received them and would get back to us with the progress in the middle of the week. Projects. The truck sander has been installed on the truck and is ready for use. Also, speed bumps have been removed. Status of roof project at 76 Winthrop Terrace. The roof project is 85% complete. They are waiting for payment of the first half of the project. The second half of the project contains siding repairs on the dormers. The material is considered a special order as the louvers are 3-inch and normal is 4-inch. They are also installing gable vents on the house to aid in attic ventilation. Pest control update. The bait stations have been placed in all appropriate areas in order to abate the spread of mice. Community room AC. The community room HVAC is complete, including new thermostats throughout the building. There is a new condensing unit and air handler. Additional trunk lines have been installed so air will be distributed adequately. Smoke detectors, these are in process. I'm gonna lose my voice.
Almost done.
Annual inspections. The annual inspections will not take place until we have our new executive director. Financials. A motion was made by Virginia Fleming to accept the financials. The motion was seconded by Lynn Duffy O'Shea, and the motion carried unanimously with yeas by Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Mary Ann Petruzzi, Barbara Keith, Robert O'Keefe, and Virginia Fleming. Warrant. A motion was made by Mary Ann Petruzzi and seconded by Robert O'Keefe to accept the warrant. The vote to accept was unanimous with yea votes by Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Mary Ann Petruzzi, Barbara Keith, Robert O'Keefe, and Virginia Fleming. Executive session. A motion was made by Mary Ann Petruzzi to go into executive session to approve the executive session minutes of October 21st, 2022, seconded by Virginia Fleming and voted unanimously to do so. Regular meeting was adjourned and would be reopened shortly. Sorry. Mary Ann Petruzzi made a motion to reconvene our regular meeting. This was seconded by Lynn Duffy O'Shea and unanimously voted to begin the meeting with yeas by Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Barbara Keith, Mary Ann Petruzzi, Virginia Fleming, and Robert O'Keefe. Mary Ann Petruzzi explained that we went into executive session to go over the minutes of the executive session that took place on October 21st, 2022, as we needed to approve those minutes. Those minutes are confidential and everything that transpired in the executive session is confidential, and then other than, thank you, to let everyone know there were no findings. Adjournment. A motion was made by Lynn Duffy O'Shea to adjourn the meeting and seconded by Virginia Fleming. The vote was unanimous with yeas by Barbara Keith, Mary Ann Petruzzi, Virginia Fleming, Robert O'Keefe, and Lynn Duffy O'Shea. The meeting was adjourned at 5:08 p.m. Respectfully submitted, Virginia Fleming, Secretary of Warren Housing Commission.
I'll bail you out.
Thank you, I'm losing my voice, I don't have water, I need water.
I don't know how long I'll last, but,
I make a motion, we accept the minutes. I second it.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, minutes for the November 30th, 2022 meeting. Present, Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Virginia Fleming, Mary Ann Petruzzi, Robert O'Keefe. Absent, Barbara Keith. Other attendees, members of the WTTO. The meeting was called to order by the chair at 10:12 a.m. following a motion by Mary Ann Petruzzi and seconded by Robert O'Keefe. It was unanimously voted with yeas votes by Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Mary Ann Petruzzi, Robert O'Keefe, and Virginia Fleming. Chairman Mary Ann Petruzzi informed us that Fiona Andrews from West Brookfield Housing Authority could no longer serve as our interim executive director, and her contract expired on November 20th of 2022. Acceptance of Nancy Brown's retirement letter. The chair asked for a motion to accept ED Nancy Brown's retirement letter dated May 2nd, 2022. A motion was made by Lynn Duffy O'Shea to accept the letter and seconded by Robert O'Keefe. The motion carried unanimously with yeas votes by Mary Ann Petruski, Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Virginia Fleming, and Robert O'Keefe. Medical release to return to work. Chair Mary Ann Petruski asked for a motion to accept the medical release by Nancy Brown's doctor. A motion to accept was made by Virginia Fleming and seconded by Lynn Duffy O'Shea, with yeas by Mary Ann Petruski, Robert O'Keefe, Virginia Fleming, and Lynn Duffy O'Shea. The vote was unanimous. Interim Executive Director. The chair asked for a motion to accept Nancy Brown as the interim executive director / consultant, starting today, November 30th, 2022. Robert O'Keefe made a motion to accept Nancy Brown as our interim executive director consultant, starting today. The motion was seconded by Virginia Fleming. There was no discussion and the vote was unanimous, with yeas by Mary Ann Petruski, Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Robert O'Keefe, and Virginia Fleming. Legal counsel change. Chairman Mary Ann Petruski explained our desire to terminate Karen Allers and engage a new attorney for Warren Housing Authority. The authority we are looking to hire is Jonathan Driscoll, Esquire. What?
The attorney.
What did I say?
Authority.
Oh, the attorney we are looking to hire is Jonathan Driscoll, Esquire, of Driscoll and Driscoll PC. Virginia Fleming made a motion to accept Driscoll and Driscoll as our new law firm, seconded by Robert O'Keefe. Following a brief discussion, it was unanimously voted to accept this motion, with yeas by Robert O'Keefe, Mary Ann Petruski, Lynn Duffy O'Shea, and Virginia Fleming. Old business. Chairman Mary Ann Petruski read a letter of resignation from Margaret Bernard, who served on the Warren Housing Authority Board of Commissioners for many years. She moved out of state and would no longer be able to serve on the board. A motion was made by Robert O'Keefe and seconded by Virginia Fleming to accept Margaret's letter of resignation. The vote was unanimous, with yeas by Lynn Duffy O'Shea, Robert O'Keefe, Mary Ann Petruski, and Virginia Fleming. Adjournment. There were no questions, and the meeting was adjourned at 10:24 a.m. From a motion to adjourn by Mary Ann Petruski and seconded by Robert O'Keefe. The vote was unanimous, with yeas by Virginia Fleming, Robert O'Keefe, Mary Ann Petruski, and Lynn Duffy O'Shea. Okay, I make a motion to accept the minutes of November 30th of 2022.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The minutes are accepted. Okay, the next thing on the agenda for today is the executive director's reports.
Okay, first of all, both projects, 318077 has been finished, and project 318076. One is for the air conditioning, and the other is for the roof next door. They have not been paid for some reason. They've been held up in finance. We're trying to push it through, and so far I have not seen any payment come to our account for me to be able to pay this amount of money, because we just don't have it. So as soon as that comes in, the checks will be written, and then when the money comes in, we'll send it right out, because they're smaller contractors, and they need their money. They just can't wait forever to pay for it. But for some reason, somebody's holding it, I don't know why. So then we have a bill from Banner, which we didn't know we had, and that was for the hiring of the director of,
The consultant, Rick Lico,
yeah.
for hiring the executive director.
So it's certainly out here, wherever it is.
We paid him, but he had he had advertised in the Banner, a minority newspaper, and he just submitted a bill.
It's for $247.50, so we will send him that money, or send it to Banner. This invoice came from the Banner, so I guess we send it to the Banner.
The Banner.
Yeah, Rick Lico. Okay, and now we have the finances. Do we have finances? Yeah. The finances now. You have to bear with me because I have not been here, so he seems to have put the new budget things in here because it seems like we have some money. But not enough to do anything with to pay any of these big contractors. Do you have finance?
I do not.
Okay.
I have this.
That's gonna be you.
I know this is gonna be me, but that's all I have.
Oh, it's behind this.
Nope.
You didn't get this read, you have it right in front. Isn't
I
that
know,
just-
Lynn just gave that to me.
Just gave it to her. She must
Shortage you, I don't know why she shorted you everything.
Huh?
Do you have Virginia?
Yeah.
And Bobby?
Oh, I don't know what we're looking for.
This, you have
You
it.
got it
Yeah,
right
I have
there.
it right here.
I don't have it.
That's okay.
Okay.
This is Lynn's.
So the finances are in front of us so far. It looks like in our account, we have,
Balance,
yeah, I'm trying to figure something here.
November of 2022.
Right. We have $24,656.94. Basically, and the laundry has brought in $810 in November, which is good. As a 400 account, he is stating that he must have brought in the new budget that he gave us for, we have the budget? He gave us a budget. Did he give us a budget
For the year.
for next year?
Yeah.
He did. Okay.
Again, I don't have it.
I don't have it.
Someone is going to be in big trouble tomorrow, Monday, Thursday.
Oh,
Well,
I
guess
have
what?
it.
I don't have it either.
I'm sick of this.
Okay, so he's got, in the 400 account, he says we're over and under 18,000, which is a plus. In the
Yep.
705-1, which is from West School, we have $785.45. But there are going to be, there's a, number one is empty right now, and number 5 and number 3 will be empty after the first of the year. They both have section 8s, which they will be going to. So then there'll be 3 of them down there, and one is a 1-bedroom, and the other 2 are both 3 bedrooms, which are very large. So that's gonna take up some of that money in a hurry. MRVP, there's only 204, but we really don't do much on that, they just give us some money as admin fee. And the last one is the section 8, and that is $1,390 plus, which is not enough either. So I do not have the budget, so I don't know exactly. Oh, yes, I do.
That's the budget.
I
That's
have
the budget
it.
right there, you got it.
Okay, let's see what you put in. This is just a preliminary one because I'm sure it's gonna change. Let's see. Like the maintenance supervisor, which is David, in April he'll get a raise, which is not automatic. It comes from labor and industries and we have no say in that. He still has a maintenance person for 18 hours, that isn't going to work, we have to figure out some way, which your new executive director will find some way to get more hours for David, because he's just so far behind, it's awful. He's getting worn out. The rest on the next page just tells us all the things we have to pay, like Mass Narrow, the Hartford, our Valley Insurance, retirement fund, unemployment, and all those things, but those are standard. And in the last space, he just put apartment turnovers at $15,000, which most of the time now is being hired out. And he just does some of the work, the repairs and whatever inside the apartment, but the painting and the cleaning gets hired out. And the operating reserve balance, we're at 35%, and that's the maximum, so we're pretty good there. But there's too many apartments now, so that's going to dwindle down to nothing. So, this is just a preliminary budget. I don't know if someone's going to want to take a motion on it, because it's gonna change, I'm sure. But if you take a motion on this is what you put in.
And vote to accept it.
Yeah. So vote to accept the annual operating budget
As
for 2020.
preliminary, as preliminary. I'll vote to accept it as a preliminary.
I'll second it.
All in favor to vote the budget as a preliminary?
And on the financials, you also have there, you have to vote on those also. Which I told you with the laundry and basically what we have with that you
This.
put in there.
Yeah. Okay, so, is there anything else you wanna add to this? No.
That's it.
Okay, so I'm looking for a motion to pass the treasurer's report for November 30th, 2022.
I make a motion, we approve the treasurer's report.
The second.
All in favor?
Okay, I think.
You're done?
No, the annual report.
Well, no, yeah, that's but are you all done with your,
Yes, yes,
director's report?
Yes.
Okay, so,
So when I got back, I found out that the annual report was not done. We will get fined something because it was supposed to be done in October.
Right, we knew that.
Yeah, but the annual plan is now done for 12/13, which is today. You'll be voting on it. And it's, you can view it on the website, you can view it in our office to see if you have any questions. If
well, it
anybody-
has been in there now for quite some time.
Right.
It's been sitting on the desk, and so anybody that wanted to review it should have since October. So, what I'm gonna do at this moment is just ask anyone if who reviewed it, if anybody has any questions on it before we vote to approve it. No questions?
Good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm looking for a motion to pass the, annual plan.
I make a motion to pass the annual plan.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The annual plan has been passed. Okay, personnel policy. One of the things that was a little confusing to me, and it was asked by some of the tenants, about getting the personnel policy, and I think I had even asked to see it. So there was a bit of confusion. So, on, if I can find it, on, May 10th, Nancy came in with this and gave it to the Winthrop Terrace Tenants Organization, but for some reason, the administrative assistant decided to mark it as if we had adapted it new, and all it was handing it, which is this one, that was voted on and adapted for October 13th, 2020. So this should not have been, so this one here, I'm going through it to make sure everything is the same, because if there are things added to this, then we'll have to bring it up to the board, we'll have to go through it, and we'll have to vote on it. But right now, the one that should be looked at is the one for October 13th, 2020. Okay. The legal counsel update. We hired Jonathan Driscoll. He's reviewing the file. He received the file, I believe, on Friday. We signed a contract. Gary DePace set aside money. From the state was $5,500, and from the federal was $2,000. So our line item budget is $7,500 to cover the expenses of the new attorney. So he's working on looking at all the file and all the information and everything, and we'll hope that it's a good read. That he has plenty of coffee. Okay, so we already did the budget, we did the warrants, new business.
No, you didn't do the one.
Oh, we didn't do the warrants.
No.
Okay, so let's, we did the budget, let's do the warrants. Let's see. Yeah, so on the warrants, we're holding the amount, the check for the Dedham housing, because there's some confusion as to,
The amount?
well, no, it's why there, it's like a monthly thing and why it's set up the way it's set up in this one, right?
That you just paid for
Yes,
$650, and that's once a year.
Yeah, and it's listed as CMAT, so there's something wrong.
Okay.
I
And,
made a call to Andrew, and he's going to look into it, because it was also paid in December, so I have no idea.
Yeah, we're working on it. Okay, so Capital One, we pulled that one because we have a very big credit at Capital One, because somebody keeps paying the transactions instead of looking at the bottom where it says amount due, 0, 0.
Oh my gosh.
So the more it gets paid, the more our,
Credit is-
we're showing a credit. So right now, we have a credit of $1,017 and change, I believe, there's change. And the check was for 438, was it 438? 438.80, which then would have brought our balance up to probably close to 1,500, our credit. And there's no need to carry a credit. what we need to do is allow this bill to get paid from what we have ahead. And so we're gonna fix that too. So those are the only two things on the warrant. We already went through all the checks, as I said, we pull those. So I make a motion, to, approve the warrants. I'm looking for a motion to approve the warrants.
I make a motion, we accept the warrants.
Okay.
Who seconded?
Any discussion? Lynn? No? Barbara?
Nope.
Nope. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
New business.
okay. So the warrants are done. New business.
I have some new business. I was at the Spencer Housing Authority and I thought this was really neat. We've been looking for a way to have some kind of a change machine here. And the Spencer Housing Authority has this. I'm gonna show it to you.
Yeah, nice.
It costs nothing for the housing authority, but the housing authority makes a little money off of it, actually. The company that, does this takes care of it, puts the money in and services it. It's the Auto Wash Company. They've been doing it there at the Spencer Housing Authority for like 10 years. They said the company is really good.
Great.
So-
And what I'm seeing on this picture, it accepts ones,
Five,
5s, 10s, and 20s. So that's a good range.
Yeah.
So, you can look into it, you can call the Spencer Housing Authority, I'm sure the director there will tell you all about it. But this has been something that has bothered me, that you guys have no way of getting money and having to travel all the way to Spencer to get to the bank, to make change and all that business. If they'll come out and service it and take care of it, that eliminates one thing. So I have been on the hunt to figure out a way.
Oh, that's good.
That's
great.
So,
Great.
so, and I watch the people come in, they go in, they make their change, and then they go into their laundry room and they do their business and they love it, so.
They have those down the laundromat, too, those things.
And it's Auto Wash is the name of the,
Auto wash.
yeah,
You got a
and I'm
number?
wondering if I have a number here too, let me just see if I think I wanna say somebody gave me the information for it, but I'll have to,
Well, I know that I had given you, Nancy, I had taken pictures of different machines and given you the information
I'll have to look
a
and see
long
if I
time
have it.
ago.
But it
Well,
is-
I can call Spencer and find out.
It's called Auto Wash, but,
I'm sure they have a contact person.
but anyway, so that's what I've been doing, trying to find some type of
Great, yeah.
Okay.
For you.
So the business, how about any old?
Any old business? Okay, questions and/or concerns in regards to the agenda? No questions? No concerns?
Sounds good.
Okay,
This one,
let me just that's right,
you do,
we gotta do this one.
yeah. That's just the money we have received so far,
Okay,
and she has to have that.
You have that
signed.
too, you don't have that either.
well, Lynn gave it to me, I think, but God knows where I put it.
Right here, this is it,
Yeah, I know, I'm looking for one.
you don't have one.
I do have one, Lynn gave it to me, I just don't know where the heck I put it. Oh, baloney. Okay, the Department of Housing and Community Development, this is how much, we have received so far. It's budgeting that will go carry us through when, through 2024?
3 years, 2025.
2025, okay. So, formula funding, emergency funding award to replace 2667-1 hot water heaters.
Right.
That's what we've spent, so, is this, yeah, this is the total.
86,000.
$86,023 is what we've used so far.
No, that's
No?
what we got.
No, that's what
This
That's
is
what-
what we got.
We thought
We've
it was-
only, this is what we got, that extra money.
Right, but we already did these things. We replaced the hot water heaters.
Yeah, but
Yeah, the
But
formula
not-
funding award FY for 25, that's the year for 25.
Oh.
FY
there's the hot
25.
water heaters, yes, we paid for those. We paid for a vacant 702 development, which we've already put into that $65,000 and then not doing a thing with it, so. gonna sit there and look at us. And then the Formula Funding Award was the $86,023, and that goes to 2025.
Okay. 2025, now I'm just gonna have to make sure I have mine. And I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be,
Just keep it and
no, you gave it to me, but now I can't seem to put my hands on it.
Oh.
Well, I have to sign it tomorrow,
Yeah.
DocuSign. Here it is, in the folder, safely where I put it. Okay, so I'm looking for a motion to approve this award.
I make a motion to approve the award.
Second.
Any discussion? Thank you, Lynn. Any discussion?
Nope.
No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The award has been approved. Okay, so, one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to just give you an update on, the new hire for the executive director's position. So far, it was, Evelyn got all the documents after a few back and forths, everything went through. She sent me an email and said that she was sending it up to senior management. So I guess we passed that muster. Senior management had 30 days. That was on the 18th of November. So on the 18th of December, which is a Sunday, is the 30 days. We're hoping that we'll hear something Friday. If not, Monday, but I will be on the computer emailing Evelyn to find out, or Joyce Taylor to find out why we haven't heard anything yet.
But why they asked for her email?
Yeah, they did ask for her email. They sent an email to the Warren Housing Authority, which was kind of interesting, instead of to the board, and asked for an email address that Margarita wanted to use for correspondence. And haven't, yeah, it's encouraging, but, you know, we're down to the wire, and why would they need to wait the whole 30 days? I mean, so that's where we're at with that.
Would be more like it.
I'm hoping that, I have to give these back, huh? I'm hoping that we have word soon.
Tomorrow.
I'm hoping that when we have our LTO meeting on Friday,
That would be good.
wouldn't that be good?
Yes,
That would be a
Excellent.
Christmas present.
Merry Christmas.
Well, that's what I said to her when I sent her her email. I'm hoping for a Christmas gift. And Virginia sent her one and said it would be a nice way to fill my Christmas stocking. So, they weren't listening, but. Okay, I would like to get a motion to adjourn the meeting, because nobody has any questions, right? No questions or concerns?
I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
It- It's 4:34, all in favor of adjourning the meeting?
Aye.
Aye. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all